Oh yeah, life goes on long after the thrill of giving. So now chilly dogs outside the takes the breeze. Diane sitting on Jack's lap and Jack's hand between his knees. Jackie says he's going to take Diane, let's run off behind the big tree. Give him off, though, probably something worse than his likes to do what you
Oh man, you have got to be kidding. Buster's here to help me. Buster likes to help. Mostly he just watches and meows and begs for food, looks for attention. But sometimes he can be helped. Like if a screw falls onto the floor monster, he'll know where to go get it. He'll see it where it lands, and then I can go get it from where Buster is snooping around. Of course, he doesn't do it for me. He does it for him. He'd kind of like to bat the screw around for a while. But that's all right. I don't mind. He's a good cat. He's been around for a few years now. Showing off, are we, Buster? Woo! Yes, I'm talking to you, buddy. Okay, back to work now. It's 4:20 in the morning on Monday, December 5th. And this is the beautiful sight that I get to drive by is just as I pull away from my house. Look at that. That's really cool. These guys, every season, for every holiday actually, they really decorate their house. I really love it. I don't have the time to do this kind of thing myself, so I kind of like that people around me do. The guy right next to me does a really nice job too. He just hasn't put his up yet. But these guys put theirs up usually the day before Thanksgiving, and it looks really nice. It's really something I kind of enjoy. And you can see from that flag blowing, it's a cold and blustery morning this morning in Salt Lake City. So, just wanted to give you a little taste of the holiday. I hope you enjoy it. I hope that the holidays that are coming up are something you'll really get a kick out of this year. Well, hello guys. This is Michael in Salt Lake City. I wanted to take a minute and wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I hope that you are looking forward to lots of time with your family and your friends, and I hope that you have a lot of fun and you get some time to really spend some quality time with the people that matter to you. This has been a great year. 2016 has been a great year. I hope it's been a great year for you. One of the reasons it's been a great year for me is because I learned how to do this YouTube thing. You know, I've been thinking about it for a couple of years. And John out in Arkansas, John, if you're listening or you're watching, I want to thank you especially. John out in Arkansas encouraged me to do it. And he's been nudging all of us watchers out there to become video recorders and get some things up on YouTube ourselves. So I took up the challenge and started to do it, but John is a big part of why I do this. And some of the other folks I admire have put up some great videos, and I wanted to learn how to do that myself too. So 2016 has been good for me because I just started to learn how to do that. I have a long way to go, and I hope you smart people out there will help me to get better at this video making thing and to learn how to do it the right way. But I do want to thank you all. I want to thank the subscribers especially. Boy, that's really cool to have subscribers. It's really an honor. I really love it. Thank you. And the watchers, I want to thank you for watching. It's been great knowing you're there. And there have been some good comments. I got some regular watchers out there who I really like a lot. I want to thank. And I want to thank Gary Rebel. I want to thank Doug Moslek. So you guys, I appreciate you being out there all the time. You've been a really big deal to me because you've given me some good ideas. Now I want to tell you a little bit about Christmas at our house. The kids are out on their own and doing their own thing, and we don't do the morning under the Christmas tree anymore. I mean, we get together on the holidays, but it's not the electricity that you get when little kids come running down the stairs and there's a tree full of presents, just like in A Christmas Story. Kids are too old for that now. I mean, we can't really drag them home to make them run under the Christmas tree now. But we still wanted that element of surprise, that light that comes in someone's eyes when they get something they wanted, and the light that comes in the giver's eyes when they see how happy they are with it. And we still wanted a little bit of that. So Wifey and I came up with a thing we do that we've done for about 4 years now. You see, she's got her own hobby. She makes jewelry, and she's really good at it, and she does pretty well on Etsy selling her jewelry. Well, I do this radio thing, you know, and I do okay doing that on the side. It's just a lot of fun. It's a great hobby. But she doesn't know anything about radios, and I don't know anything about making jewelry. But we both love to get things related to our hobbies. So what do? It's a real quandary for us. Well, here's how we solve that. Wifey buys for herself whatever it is she really wants, usually about making jewelry. I buy for myself whatever radio gadget or you know, tool or whatever that I want for my radio hobby. And then on Christmas morning, you see, she has wrapped hers up and I've wrapped mine up. On Christmas morning, I'm surprised by what I gave her. It's really kind of cool, and she's surprised by what she gave me when I open it. It's really fun. The element of surprise is still there, but we get what we really want, and we don't spend as much because we're not trying to shotgun it and buy a whole bunch of things hoping one of them won't hit the mark. It's really kind of cool. So let me show you what Wifey bought me this year. Now, I have to preface it with a little story. A couple of years ago, I told Wifey I was going to get a radio with mine. She said, "Oh, no. You have so many radios, it'll disappear. It'll disappear on the shelf, and it'll never be special to you." Well, okay. I went along for a couple of years, but a couple of years is about all I was good for. Finally, this year I kind of said, "Look, you can buy all the jewelry stuff you want. Why is that fair? You can buy your stuff for your hobby. I can't buy a radio? What gives with that?" Well, she relented this year, and she said, "You're right." So, check this out, guys. This is what I got. This is a 1958 Zenith high-fidelity radio phono console. Now, you notice I did not say stereo. And if you look at these speakers, this is not stereo. These are all different size speakers because this is a mono unit. Those of you that know me well know that I love to listen to old jazz, vintage jazz, 30s, 40s, and 50s jazz, and some 60s stuff. And I like to listen to it in mono when I can because it has a presence in mono that it doesn't have in stereo. The stuff wasn't recorded in stereo. It wasn't meant to be played in stereo. So I like to play it on a mono setup. Well, this thing is great. These Zeniths from this period had tremendous amplifiers. They had a separate tuner and amplifier so that when they sold these, sometimes you could buy them just with a record player, and they had that same awesome amplifier. Now, I've restored a couple of these for other people, so I know very well how well they can perform. There's some tweaks a person can do to make them even better. And I'm really excited about restoring this and making this work. Now, it is a record player, though, too. And I have always loved the Zenith Cobra-matic. Now, I know it's just a Voice of Music variant, but it's a nice variant because Zenith designed the tone arm and Voice of Music built it to Zenith specs, and it is a little bit better than the average VM tone arm. It's a nice unit. They play really well. They're nice and light. They don't hurt your records. And if you put a good, decent cartridge on them, ceramic, of course, but you put a decent ceramic cartridge on there, they'll work great. I could even mount a nice, really nice magnetic cartridge and put a preamp in there, but I think I'll just leave it as ceramic. I like the sound. So this is going to be a really cool unit. Let me pause the camera and I'll show you inside so you get an idea of what I'm talking about, how it looks. This is a great machine, and I think you're going to agree that I bought the right thing. No, Wifey bought me the right thing for Christmas this year. Okay, so here we're coming up on this Zenith, this radio phono. Now check that out. That phonograph is in really good shape. That, as I said, it's a Cobra-matic, high fidelity, beautifully detailed unit. The brass trim is in nice condition, really nice condition. You see that Cobra-matic? Really sweet unit. The knobs, everything's in good condition. It's dirty, it's dusty. I know I have to clean it. I haven't done that yet. I did promise I would not play with whatever it is that she bought me. So I haven't. I've kept my promise. Here you see the Cobra-matic tone arm head shell, which is, has that characteristic cobra eyes on it, which is kind of odd, but it looks cool actually. And you see, the reject control. It's a really nice setup. Like I said, this is a really light tone arm, very light, very agile, great sound. and yet very well built. It's got a tetrad cartridge in there, which I'll probably replace with a fine steel, but we'll see what I can come up with. I'll talk to Gary at Voice and Music Audio Enthusiast. He sets me up really well. But all of the labels and markings on this are in excellent shape, so this is a perfect candidate for restoration. Even the nice raised logo underneath the lid is beautiful, and the Zenith logo is gorgeous. So this is going to be a great unit. I will not have to refinish the exterior. I don't think I'm going to refinish the. I don't have to finish the interior, and I do not think I'm going to have to refinish the exterior either. The base plate on the record player is in great shape. Even the well is not worn. I mean, this thing is nice. Here's the radio. Now, I have actually rebuilt a couple of these tuner chassis too, and they're really nice receptive tuners, great FM for older FM. I mean, it does okay. The tuning on the FM is really pretty good. These still had the wave magnet antenna, and so they pull in pretty good on AM. It's a nice, a really nice tuner with nice details. The metal trim here, the scallop trim with the escutcheon, really sharp. It's kind of an odd dial here, but that's original. I've seen 2 or 3 of these like that. It reminds me of a TV dial, but it seems to work. Speaker cloth could use some cleaning. I'll probably replace it. I'll make sure that's original. I think it is. But see, it's got all the original logos and emblems on it. So I think it's going to be a really, really nice one to restore. So I hope you like it as much as I do. This will be one of my projects I'll probably get to in the summer. In the meantime, it doesn't really hum. The fellow that owned it before me did go through the chassis, but I'm going to go through it a little more because there's some mods I want to make to the amplifier to clean up the sound a bit. And I will keep you posted on all of that as I go. Okay, one more thing before I sign off for the night. I wanted to kind of give you a preview of some of the projects we're going to be doing in the coming months. I keep mentioning the 800B, the Scott 800B. It's because that's a big, big job. I'm doing it for a furniture refinishing studio that when they get electronics work, they farm out the electronics to me. That Scott 800B is kind of a special unit that the folks that own it, their parents bought it new in 1947. So it's a pretty cool machine. And they want it done properly. Now, it's in really, really rough shape, and I might have to do some things to it that won't make the Scott purist really thrilled, because these folks don't want to re-chrome it, and it's going to need to have some finish put on it. So I'll have to figure out what to do there. After that, I've got a couple of nice Zeniths, a couple of farm sets to do, and some other things. I've got a neat Westinghouse that I'm doing for another person. These are all for other people, but mixed in there, I've got my RCA 811K, which I really want to get to. I probably won't video that because you've already seen me do an 811K, so I'll just do that on the side for me. And then I'm going to hit this Zenith because I'm really stoked about this Zenith. I have played it already. It has fantastic sound just the way it is. And I put some nice capacitors in there, and I clean up the power supply, and I clean up the amplifier. And it's going to be an awesome set. This thing will rock the house. And it's all in mono. Remember, mono and mid-century jazz go together, man. They go together like bread and butter. So this is going to be an awesome unit that I will have a specific purpose for, and I will try to set it up to play that kind of music. So everything from Glenn Miller to Dave Brubeck will be piped through this machine, and I can't wait. So with that, I'm going to let you all go and wish you all a very Merry Christmas, many blessings to you. May 2017 be a very blessed year for you, and I hope it is for my family as well. I don't expect to be putting up any more videos for a few days, so you'll see my first Scott 800B installment probably a few days after Christmas. In the meantime, when New Year's rolls around, have fun, have a great time, look forward to 17, but do it safely, please. Drive safely, drive carefully. Don't do anything really silly. You know, be safe. You got families to think about, make sure you think about them. With that, folks, from Salt Lake City, from your Western Outpost in Salt Lake City, this is Michael. Merry Christmas to you. That's all for now.